Hey guys, quick disclaimer. I just wanted to let everybody know that any opinions made in this video are completely my own. And the information that is going to be stated in this video, I was able to research online, and it is public knowledge of what happened to this girl. So please just bear with me and understand that, everything that I've researched, I was able to research online. And again, any opinions that are made in this video are completely my own. Welcome back to another episode of the Truest Crime. Today's case is very disturbing, and I was shocked when I heard about this case, and when I read about this case, it made me get chills, because knowing the fact that this person that was responsible for the death of this child, it was crazy. So with that, let's get right into the video. So sit down, grab a snack, and let's take a deep dive into the truest crime. Megan Meier was 13 years old, almost 14. She was born in 1992 in November, and she was from O'Fallon, Missouri, and she lived with her parents, Ron and Tina Meier, and her sister Allison. How this case began was there was allegedly some issues between another girl and Megan allegedly was starting rumors about this other girl. And nobody knows for sure if they were true, but then this obviously caused the mother of the other child to get upset, but it should never get to the point where these specific things transpire. And in the next few things that I'm going to say are going to be really shocking, and I'm sure all of you watching will have something to say about it and think the exact same thing that I do. The mother, named Lori Shreves Drew, had a daughter, as I said before, who was supposedly having some issues with Megan at school. And unfortunately, Lori would take things incredibly too far. And when I say too far, I mean way too far. Everybody is familiar with the website MySpace. Everybody's had a MySpace account at one point in time. And because this was 2006, MySpace was definitely out and very, very popular at the time. So, Lori, this mother, opened up a MySpace account under the name of Josh. And Josh would then go on to befriend Megan on MySpace. And there's more. For months, Megan and Josh would continue to talk, and Megan really liked Josh, and Megan assumed that Josh liked her too. So again, they would talk all the time, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary to Megan, nor to her parents, or to anybody. And things would continue to go well for a little while, and then after a while things started to deteriorate and she didn't understand what was happening. And because she's 13, you know, she's not understanding that things are going to turn out even worse for her. This is where things unfortunately get a lot darker, and on October 17th of 2006, it would prove to be the worst day for the Meier family. Tina Meier, who had taken her other daughter Allison to the orthodontist, came back and, you know, Megan unfortunately had not logged out of MySpace like her mother had told her to. So again, her mom, you know, reading these messages, was surprised by her daughter's vulgarity when, you know, speaking to these other people. And for Megan, her being as upset as she was, vocalized her concerns and said, "You're my mom, you're supposed to be on my side." Because at that point she felt like nobody was helping her, nobody was in her corner, and she felt alone, which I can assume a lot of us at one time or another have felt alone, and like nobody was there to help and protect us when we were being bullied. And that's something that I can completely understand for poor Megan. And also on that day, at some point, Megan's father, Ron, had spoken to Lori Drew, who was also their next door neighbor. So not only was Megan having to deal with Lori's daughter at school, but also at home as well, because of the fact that they were neighbors. And Lori considered what was going on to be a hoax, and, you know, not really believing what was going on, and that Megan was just seeking attention, which obviously was not the case, because there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And I was honestly very surprised at this, but Lori just did not really seem to care, because she knew what was going on. She actually knew what was going on, but was trying to make Megan's parents think that Megan was just seeking attention. But like I said, that's obviously not the case in the circumstance. Megan's mom and dad would go to sit down and talk about what was going on with Megan and what the next steps were, and how they could get her help, or, you know, whatever she needed, being as young as she was. And Megan's mom, Tina, just did not really think that, you know, it was Megan's fault. She definitely thought that there was more to the story. And when Megan said that she was going upstairs after having everything happen, Tina felt that something was wrong and ran upstairs. And when she opened Megan's door, she had seen that Megan had taken her own life. And even now, that like just gives me chills, because I cannot imagine being a parent and seeing and opening their bedroom door and seeing their child having taken their own life, and especially being as young as she was. And I feel so sorry for her parents and her sister, and like I can't imagine being in that situation. After Megan's death, it would be found out that Lori Drew, her next door neighbor, and the mother of the girl that Megan was having issues with, would be responsible for Megan taking her own life. It would be found out that Lori was behind the profile of Josh, the boy that Megan had been talking to, and there were messages by Josh that were kind of disturbing, and I can see why Megan was so distraught. The first message that was sent by Josh to Megan would be, "I don't want to be friends with you anymore. You are not a nice person." And the second one would be that everyone in O'Fallon knows who you are and everybody hates you. Have a shitty rest of your life. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to bleep that or not, but that's the message that I am relaying that came from the Josh profile. And it still baffles me that this was a mother who did this, and a mother who sent those messages to another person's daughter. It's unbelievable. It really is. And I really don't know what to say after finding that out. Lori would be arrested for the death of Megan and would be charged with 3 felonies. The three felony charges was computer fraud and abuse, and the other 3 counts were unauthorized use of computers, and those were the lesser charges. I am sorry if I'm butchering that, but that was what I was able to find out. And unfortunately, Lori would be found not guilty on the felony charges, but would be found guilty of the lesser charges, which was the unauthorized use of computers. Or, and I apologize, but it's something along those lines. But this would ultimately be overturned by Judge George Wu, who was the presiding judge over the case. And I'm really upset that she wasn't held accountable for this girl's death. I really am just astonished by this fact, and she obviously feels no remorse in doing that, which I just don't understand how a parent could do that. Lori would obviously not get any jail time at all for the death of Megan, and has been able to roam free, and Megan is unfortunately not really going to get any justice out of this. And that makes me sad, because she was a 13-year-old girl going to be turning 14, and she didn't even get to enjoy her birthday. She didn't get to enjoy anything that was, supposed to be a positive thing in her life. And all of this was because a mother who didn't like what was supposedly happening to her daughter and having rumors be spread about her daughter. But she decides to take it one step further and use social media as a weapon and weaponize it against a child, a minor child. and say just absolutely horrible things to her. My thoughts on this case are just that there are some people in this world that aren't as strong enough as others when they're getting bullied, and it's a very sad thing to know, but not every person who's bullied can handle being ridiculed every single day, or having somebody say that, oh, well, everybody hates you, because you don't know whether that's right or if it's wrong, and like you just don't know. And this honestly reminds me of another case, which is the infamous case of Amanda Todd. And Amanda Todd was a teenage girl who went on a video broadcasting website, not like YouTube or anything like that. This was something else, and a person pretending to be a teenage boy asked Amanda to send revealing photos of herself, and because she wanted to be popular and she wanted to be liked by other people, she went and did that. And unfortunately, that picture that Amanda sent to this anonymous person would then be shared on the internet for everybody to see. Even her parents saw the photo, and that really, upset Amanda, and it started to affect her daily life, her school life, and she ended up having to move schools. And then shortly after that, she would make that infamous video that I'm sure a lot of you have seen. If you've been on YouTube for a long time, you will know what this video is. And shortly after that video, Amanda would unfortunately take her own life. And it's a very similar case, but rather than there being explicit content involved, it was just the fact that two people pretending to be teenage boys would manipulate and make these girls think that they liked them. And Amanda's case has really never been solved, while Megan's case was solved, but the person responsible was not held accountable for their actions, which is terrible, because as an adult, shouldn't she be held accountable for her actions that involved a minor child, and the fact that that minor child took their own life because of the things that they did? It really is just sad that as adults that we can't take responsibility for the things that we caused to happen to other people. And now in 2024, it should definitely be something that we do very often. Because look at other YouTubers who in the last several months to a year have come out as being terrible people, and those who they have affected have come out and said, yes, these things happened to me, this person was responsible, they need to be held accountable for their actions. And they, just like us, are people that need to be held responsible for the things that they're doing, because again, they are adults. They know right from wrong, and regardless whether they're famous or not, they still should know that doing things that are wrong are eventually going to catch up to them, and they are more than likely going to be held accountable. And on that note, this is where I'm going to end the video. So I thank you so much for watching my video. And if you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me be able to make new videos for you guys and to be able to do my research, and the support just means a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you guys continue to watch my videos, and I love interacting with everybody. And again, those who support me, thank you so much, and it is very, very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of The Truest Crime.